Welcome to Lesson 6, The Pilgrim's Journey, and the first Thanksgiving the United States of America, also called the USA or just America, is located on the continent of North America. Long ago, a brave explorer named Christopher Columbus sailed from Spain to find a new route to the West Indies. He thought the world was round, so he sailed west across the Atlantic Ocean, but he didn't reach the West Indies. He landed on a whole new continent, North America. This land would eventually become the United States, and many years later, people from England called the Pilgrims decided to make this new land their home. A pilgrim is a traveler, and these travelers wanted a place where they could worship God freely. They weren't happy in England because the king didn't let them practice their religion the way they wanted, so they packed up all their belongings and sailed across the ocean, just like Christopher Columbus. At first, the Pilgrims went to Holland, but they decided it wasn't the right place to raise their families. They returned to England and asked the king to let them travel to the new land discovered by Columbus. They promised to build homes, businesses, and churches where they could worship God. The king agreed. Sometimes God asks us to give up things we like, just like the Pilgrims gave up their homes in England. To do what is right, the Pilgrims' journey wasn't easy. Their first ship, the Speedwell, wasn't safe for such a long voyage, but God protected them, and they found another ship, the Mayflower. It wasn't a big ship like we have today. It used sails to catch the wind and move across the water. The journey was long and stormy. They planned to land near Virginia, but the storms pushed them north to Massachusetts. Finally, the Pilgrims landed at a place called Plymouth Rock in the year 1620. There, the men made a promise called the Mayflower Compact. They agreed to create a fair government and always do what's right. Just like God wants us to do. They built homes and a church, but winter came quickly. It was a hard winter, and sadly, about half of the Pilgrims died because they didn't have enough food and got sick. When spring arrived, things got better. The Pilgrims met friendly Native Americans, the people who already lived in America. One Native American named Squanto taught them how to grow food. He showed them how to plant seeds with pieces of fish to help them grow big and strong. They also met Chief Samoset. The Pilgrims and Native Americans became friends and helped each other that fall. The Pilgrims had a great harvest. They were so thankful that they celebrated with a special feast. The first Thanksgiving, they invited their Native American friends, played games, and even ate popcorn, which the Native Americans taught them how to make. They celebrated for 3 days, thanking God for all his blessings. The Pilgrim story reminds us to be thankful for our blessings too, like the freedom to worship God and go to church. We should pray for our country's leaders and thank God for the opportunity to live in America. Years later, President Abraham Lincoln made Thanksgiving a national holiday every year. On the fourth Thursday of November, we remember the Pilgrims and thank God for his goodness. The Pilgrim's journey teaches us about courage, faith, and the importance of doing what is right, even when it's difficult. They remind us to be thankful for our blessings and to always trust in God. That's all for now. Goodbye.